What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and today I have opened back up Mario Maker 2, and I decided to do something very unique. I've seen a lot of people online were remaking boss battles from the new Super Mario Bros. Games, so I decided to make boss battles from a 3D Mario game, and that is Mario 64. Now, while remaking these boss battles, I wasn't exactly able to pinpoint them the way they act in the game, because lots of the time they're either incredibly easy and I had to add more to them, or I had to come up with some unique way to implement something that's not given to us in Mario Maker. So some of these were kind of, well beyond what the boss can actually do in 64, so just remember that. And I try to do my best by putting this into this game. Before we get started, please remember to leave a like if you guys enjoyed and subscribe if you guys are new. Currently, only 8% of you guys that are subscribed tune into my videos, so please feel free to sub if you enjoy the content that you see today. Thank you guys so much, and without further ado, let's get into the boss list. First off, we have King Bob-omb. Now, in the game, he's actually one of the easiest bosses. You just pick him up and toss him on the same platform, and you do this 3 times. Well, obviously I had to come up with something a little bit more creative in Mario Maker, and also you couldn't hit the bomb 3 times. So what I did was I took a large Bob-omb with a large Spiny, which you've probably seen in a lot of other people's levels when they recreated Bob-omb's battlefield. Now, this is kind of the same situation, but this time I'm utilizing 2 different weapons. We're utilizing the Mario Land power-up, but it shoots balls out, and we have to hit the Spiny only. If you miss the Spiny, it's over, because we need to be able to pick up the bomb. So hit the Spiny, take them off, and now we can use the Mario Bros. 2 power-up in order to pick up the Bob-omb and toss them into the block path that we need to break through and get the key. This will only take twice, and you can reset every time using the doors to the left. Now for the Whomp King, once again, creativity is key. We don't really have a Whomp in the game, so I had to make a tall Thwomp, our Whomp King. And we just stacked up some red Koopa Troopas so they wouldn't fall off the platform, and a Thwomp at the top, followed by a crown with the Spiny. Now what we have to do is go all the way to the top, grab shells, and keep making him fall. And that's what Whomps do in the game. They fall over and you have to hit him in the back. Well, this time, we want the Thwomp to fall all the way down to the ground into the power block so that we can get the key, because that's really the only way here that we can defeat the Thwomp. Now we move on to Big Boo from Big Boo's Haunt. Now, like I said before, Super Mario 64 bosses, we had to get very creative. So what we have here is a Big Boo and a clown car, because now you can bump him. Like in 64, we had to bump him in the back to start hurting him. This time we kind of played with the entire stage set, which is the entire mansion's roof. And we're able to get to the top here because we need a special power-up in order to even defeat this Boo. So what we have to do is make our way to that P-switch. Once we get to the P-switch, we have to make our way to the roof and get the power-up to drop down onto the main balcony, and once we get that power up, we can then defeat the Boo. Big Bully was one of my favorite ones to make, and it actually worked out as one of my best boss battles out of this whole thing. So first off, I started off with the little bullies on the platform, which you had to knock all of them off in order to get to the big one. And I didn't want to make it so simple where you just had to push them off. I wanted to make it kind of a puzzle where you had to drop the donut block in order to get them to fall off. And the donut block will respawn if you take too long, but this is a cool little method in order to set up a cool way to push them off instead of just chucking them off one by one. This actually makes you have to plan accordingly for them to run towards the edge of the platform. And they also got kind of creative with the big bully, as you can't just break that block as Small Mario. Instead, you're gonna have to figure out a new way to do so. Now, Chill Bully is relatively the same boss battle. The only thing I changed up was the type of block that sits on top of the donut block, which is a harder one, which means you have to use a specific item in order to break them. Now, iRock was a tough one, and I had to get very creative, and I used some inspiration from a Beard Bear showcase level showing a Knuckletech boss battle from Mario Odyssey, and these don't necessarily look like floating hands, they look more like floating, but never mind. Anyways, your job is to shoot these powerful balls inside of the hands, and I'm realizing how bad this sounds. But you have to get up on the platforms and bounce the balls inside to hit the bombs, and I set a bomb limit to 4 because you'll see there's a phase 2 to this boss battle. That didn't really transition well because everything didn't load in the right way. Like I said, I had a hard time with this one, but please, if you find a better way to handle this boss battle, let me know because I was very stuck with this one. Wiggler is a rather simplistic boss in Super Mario 64, and of course I had to add a little bit more to him, and when I say a little bit, a lot more. You have to guide him to his own death, as you can't destroy him with anything else in this level, so enjoy. And last but not least, we have the final boss fight with Bowser. Now, in the game, you would grab Bowser by his tail and toss him towards bombs outside the ring. Well, you can't do that in Mario Maker at all. In fact, there's no possible way to pick up Bowser. So the only thing that I can think of is have Mario himself go outside the ring instead of Bowser and grab the bombs himself and bring them into the fight. Now, I know this isn't as clever and unique as the actual game, but you know what? It's something that works, and it might take a little longer than normal, but you know, it's kind of fun. And those are all of Mario 64's boss fights recreated in Mario Maker 2. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you can stay updated on all the things I post. And if you guys want to see another one of these with another game, perhaps Mario Sunshine next, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if there's any cool ways that you can improve these boss battles, also let me know, and I'll be sure to make an updated version if I find a lot of new techniques. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you in the next one. So long, Gay Bowsers.